Welcome, welcome back to the Willis Podcast. Yeah, we back and we in here, man. Yeah. We in the house. What's happening? Let's get right. Let's get ourselves in tune for you. Yeah, what's going on with you, my peoples? Yeah, we back in the place. We got a new show for you. Let me get my graphics right. You know, I like my things right. I like my graphics to be, right. You know what I'm saying? I got to show my banners. You know what I'm saying? Shit that my signature shit. Yeah, there we go. Here, yeah. We feel good. Yeah, we back. What's going on, people? How you doing? You like my little throw it all bullshit sweater? Yeah. It's all good. We're gonna come up out of this here, Yeah, we're gonna come up out of Yeah, man, we got a show to do tonight. It's a great show. Yeah. The land agrees with me, not you show. See, the only way you can get to who we supposed to be and why we supposed to be who we supposed to be is what? You gotta learn some shit. You gotta learn something. No, that's a little chilly. Let me put that back on, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I like this. Feel good. It's a good feeling. Okay. Yeah, man. So the land agrees with me, not you show. What does that mean? What does that mean, Danny D? Well, it means a lot. It means a great deal. When it comes to civilization, when it comes to learning, when it comes to a real form of understanding and being able to apply understanding, if you understand such a parable, right? Not really. Not really. It's not really that much of a fucking parable. It's more so of a understanding of how to operate, how to function, how to contribute to what you call society. Everything is about your contributions. Everything is about how you live outside of an illusion. So you can tell yourself all the lies and truth that you want to every day and how you want to appear to tell the truth is how you want to tell. But what about your records? What about the things that you record and that you understand and know? But then you can't even continue to pivot on your path of destruction of simply stupidity. The path of destruction of simple stupidity is when you damn sure know that the way you're operating in the world is not fundamentally acceptable. None whatsoever. And the reason why it's not fundamentally acceptable because it's not even recognizable. The world isn't coherent to backwards thinking and backwards ways that people have that don't fundamentally put what feeds them and what orchestrates them and what makes them matter first. How can you not do that? How can you not put things that matter specifically and supposed to matter and supposed to operate in your favor, but you actually have to put in the custodial elements to make it come to life, to operate at a high level, to make it functional. You ask how you do that. What the fuck do you mean? How do you do that? You actually have to create. You can't sit in your think tanks and think that let me just reconstruct some shit that has already been created and let me just reconstruct it in the way that I see it. What you're doing is being diabolical and destructive. In particular, you're being, oh, well, that's just what the fuck you are, a colonizer. You're rewriting scripture into your liking that don't fit nobody but you. But then you see the kind of mass destruction that it caused the planet. Let's get into it. Yeah, the land agrees with me, not you, show. The land agrees with me, not your ass. So let's get into it. The first whip moment is the changing of the tide. Wow. Just because your ass can walk outside don't mean you're supposed to run everything. You were supposed to walk outside. I'm talking to the pale complected beings of the planet. When you had the ability to come out of a cave, you were supposed to be hospitable, because the only way you was able to come out of that cave is someone was hospitable to you and your mothers and fathers that allowed you to go outside were the people that actually civilized you, made you use a fork, a spoon, and a knife. That did not come from your fucking brain, not being a wild man, not being a Harry and a Henderson looking motherfucker, but smaller, sometimes bigger, sometimes dumber, and sometimes like a pet animal. So, do you really didn't think that we didn't civilize you? Why do you think you have such of a relationship with felines, dogs, every animal you got a relationship with? Why? You rather fit in with them because that's where you feel more superior than to fit in with actual beings because you feel like you got to dominate to exist. And you should not have to feel that way. You should even put yourself in the position to feel like you should dominate anyone or anything. What you should be is always, and some of you are, always in a position to learn. But not just learn the things that you want or the things that are applicable to how you see yourself that makes you comfortable. You need to learn things like empathy and sympathy, things that make us orchestrate as an actual body of beings from different land masses. We should not be in a company or wanting to be in a company of hating when we have so much more to learn, so much more to achieve as a people together. See, the reason why people try to perpetuate things like what they call a race, this you don't want war, period. You don't want any of those things. You know why? Because it's extremely unnatural. I've been through it. I understand the apparatuses of how people can lose their whole type of civilized way of thinking and orchestrating in a way of being. Why would you want to set yourself so far behind? Lose so many family members, lose so many things that you love to prove a point that you're specifically wrong about in the first place. Because when you talk about ego, when you talk about things that don't matter, when you position and proposition people in position, framings of power, because that's an egoic act. It's called vanity. And a lot of people, when they have nothing else to do, they even become a bigger freak or more vain. Can you see this in the elements of the presidency right now today? That's how it operates. See, the thing is, people are either vain or they want to soothe, cope, they want to belong, or they would even pay people to be around them to associate that in their mental mind concept with belonging. That's not belonging. Those people have a check, and as soon as they get through receiving a check, they have something else to do because that's not something that they actually want to do. So Cognitive dissonance is always the purveyor of right and wrong. You get to choose, but if you try to make sense out of wrongdoing, how sick are you becoming, or how sick are you? You got to appreciate doctors like Joy DeGruy because she writes so eloquently and so factual about a lot of things that are extremely pivotal to our actual being and who we are and how we orchestrate ourselves today. It's called being civilized. But those that are not civilized create a lot of turmoil for others because they want to maintain their way of life to violate your civil ways of being. Let's get to the next whoop moment, because I already talked about the changing of the tide. Yeah, the changing of, oh, no, that's the first whoop moment, the changing of the tide. Yeah, changing of the tide. See, morals and ethics, and let's just finish it off. Morals and ethics are in the framing of how tides will be changed simply because morals and ethics are the necessary means and the necessary actual facts of pushing civilization always forward into a way of progression. You got to have those things. So let's get to the next moment. What we would call who has understanding. Understanding is what you know about yourself and what you mean and how you mean to people that are around you in your inner circle. Your understanding is how you affect people and how people affect you and how those effects are at a cost at all times. And even in the intermediate times, those costs are at the highest cost because those are people that are the most essential to you. Those are the people that make you function. Those are the people that make you orchestrate your way of being day in and day out and how your day functions from those classic means of day in and day out. But dig that, man. Like the understanding, your understanding, even within your whole self and what you mean to other people, I would tell you in the other facet of it, are you even acknowledging what you mean to other people? Or do you want to throw that away and act as if you don't mean that to people? Because people will make a way for you to not exist even when you should and when you shall and when you have a place. But some people are so fucked up, they'll alleviate that place of being of reference, of wanting to be, because they don't want to be what you want them to be. They want to be who they want to be. That's destructive within itself as when it comes to operating as a unit, as a family. But are individual people allowed to choose their own equations and their own path of actions? Absolutely. It's rightfully so. No one is assigned to nothing they don't want to be a part of. It's a lot of work. And it's also a lot of commitment. And some people have been committed and so apart and so they don't want it no more. And that's okay for them too. Think about how to live your life for you, but also understanding the catastrophes that it could cause if you just so want to alter your circumstances when you feel like it, regardless of the ramifications. Let's get to the next moment. Always understand your understanding. Let's get to the next moment because we got to move to the next one. You know how we got to go. We got to go. We got to go. So next moment is who overstands. It's a good one because I want to know who oversees themselves or who wants, needs, and have the desire for an overseer. Somebody got to keep you in check. Somebody got to tell you what and what not to do. You can't monitor and govern yourself because you're too goddamn feeble-minded to do so. That's why some men can't even prepare a meal for themselves. You need your wife, but do you want her? Can you cook for her? Hell no, you can't boil an egg. What do you offer besides money? Is there intimacy? Do you fuck? Oh, or do you leave that for your side chick? You don't even know how to connect with your wife no more. You want to fuck. See, the overstanding is an equation of how do you see your sorry ass self? Hell, you thought the overstanding? No, overstanding is how you either function or fail. Hour on the hour. Actually, let's say second on the second, minute on the minute, hour on the hour. Day on the day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Do you have more wins than losses when it comes to overstanding your proposition of equations? How much have you collected? How much have you resolved? How have you developed? Have you taken the position to even think of development or how to? Yeah. A lot of us are lacking because we choose, like you choose to be in so much comfort that you are not willing to overstand your actual primordial situation. Overstanding gives you vision. That means you don't have a whoopsie. Oh, that just happened because I wasn't thinking about it at the time. I thought this was going to happen because that didn't happen. And the reason why that didn't happen because this happened because you weren't thinking about it. Damn, pimp, what the fuck were you thinking about? Nothing. That's all. You weren't thinking about shit. You want to think you was not even concerned with feeding your sorry ass. And you have children. You have people that depend on you and how you orchestrate and pivot yourself daily throughout your life. So you always want to come up short. You want to be the conceptual loser. Because all you can conceive is the way of excuses, how you lost, when you lost, how you have preferred to lose because you was never concerned with winning. It's fucking sad but true. Let's get to the next moment. Who understands? That's the easiest motherfucking way for a person to just succeed. Understanding they self. See, all that high level shit is different, but understanding who you are and your angst and your tendencies and understanding when to walk away, when to not proceed, when to focus on how to intercede in order to bring out the better part of you before you blow it all. Before you just say, all this shit too hard and I don't want it no more. I'm going to just blow it all. You ain't got enough money to blow it all. What do you want to become after you blow it all? Oh, I get it. Unresponsible. Unproductive. Not even reasonable. Nobody said people like that had to be a crackhead or nothing like that. No, they just don't want to be responsible for shit. They just say, fuck it all. I just cut all this shit off. I don't want it no more. I don't want none of this shit no more. I quit. I retrieve. I'm done. I have succeeded. You know what that is? Weakness. But the only way to make that weakness leave the body is to actually do some fucking work. Do something different. Do something that's gonna bring you something. Do something that's gonna put food on your table immediately. Make changes. Alter. Understand what you value and what really don't mean that much to you. Simple changes can change your life. Let's get to the next moment. That's what you need to understand, though, for real. Simple changes within the things that you already have within yourself and how you orchestrate yourself. Do you understand simple alterations can change your whole outcome, your money situation, the things that you think you need, you don't need? Throw them shits away. It don't matter. It's a status crutch. Do away with status crutches. Status crutches are nothing but things that stand in your way from you getting to another place of success. You owe it to yourself, so won't you pivot by your own music, gather that understanding so that you can reach into a beyond other equation. It only benefits you. Next what moment, let's go with it. Okay. Who rules? What rules do you follow? How do you follow them? And why do you follow them? And who gave you them? And have you ever thought about renewing the rules with you? Renewing your apparatus, renewing your mindset, renewing the things that makes you actually function into the pivot, into the best success. You got to change the rules sometimes. Sometimes the rules that you were given weren't properly even supposed to be for you. They was not for you, so meaning you have to even add, attribute, restore, renew, restructure, reorganize, revision. It's always good to revision. Revision. That means you have vision. You got a vision in the first place. But if you don't ever like to see how your path is going, revision it. Then revise it, renew it, and walk through it. Yeah, man. The land agrees with me, not you. I'm telling you, if you agree with me, that means you got the same goddamn kind of shit going on. The land agrees with you, not motherfuckers around you, because you always coming up strong, not short. You're always coming up as a winner. You don't never come up short. You always make it happen. Things always just so happen to populate the way you need them to. Why? Because you're actually doing the things that people don't know how to do. Think, prioritize, act, visualize, and accomplish that shit. You have to do those things. That's what matter, and that's what mean the world to you and me. If you think about it, what do you think mean the world to your fucking children? Your success or your failures? I bet you they would tell you your successes. They like bragging on their parents. My father or my mother does this. They are able to take care of these things because I am able to be this way because of them. Think about you as a kid and think about how you would want to be treated as a child. That's why you could never lose that type of connection. You understand? Have an agreement with the land. Have an agreement with what you set forth. Renew your vows with how you plant your feet. You could do it at any time. You just need to be aware. Man, let's get to the next moment. Who says? You, motherfucker. That's who says everything. You. You are the only one that controls your actual pivotal path forward with success, with a testimony. With a story. Shit. Who knows? Shit. You always know. Ain't nobody never had to tell you shit. You know why? Let me show you why, because what was born in you. Let's get into a little book session, Primal Myths. I love this book because it says a lot. It says a lot. The land agrees with me, not you. Land has a celestial body. Land is a celestial body. So let me explain something to you. Something that allows you to be held up, allows gravity to take place, allows you to eat, allows so sturdy, so many attributes. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Myths all over the world. China, Japan, myths of India, myths everywhere. Myths, Eastern myths. Oh, so many. Near East. The Near East is the myth. Oh my God, all these fucking, North American, these myths. Myths and myths. Are they real? A myth real? Goddamn, let's talk about all the earth. All the earth. Now I'm gonna tell you, this is what I'm talking North American myths. How the world was made. Okay, here we go. All the earth was flooded with water. Ink, tomb, me, sent animals to die for dirt at the bottom of the sea. No animal was able to get away, to get any. At last, he sent the muskrat. It came up dead, but with dirt in its claws. Ink told me, saw the dirt, took it, and made the earth out of it. Ink told me, doesn't that sound like Inky? Let's keep going. Ink told me was wearing a wolfskin robe, he said. There shall be as many months as there are hairs on the skin before it shall be summer. Frog said, if the winter lasts as long as that, no creature will be able to live. 7 months winter will be enough. As that, no creature will be able to live 7 months of the winter will be enough. He kept repeating this until Inktomi got angry and killed her. Still, Frog stuck out 7 of his toes. Finally, Inktomi consented and said there should be 7 winter months. Inktomi then created men and horses out of dirt. Some of the Assini Boyne were other until gold was discovered on the land and they were forcibly removed by the military troops in 1838. Several thousand Cherokees died on the long march, the Indian Territory within the Oklahoma. Those who survived and established new communities with his own public school system, newspapers, and so on. When DeSoto visited the Cherokee in 1540, he found a settlement advised agricultural society, the Smoky River Pearls. He was given to the welcome gift that had become part of the finery associated with the great mound builder culture. Oh, yes, here we go. Of the Mississippi and Ohio region. Several rituals, such as the Cherokees, sacred ball game, attending the connection between the civilizations and the people who eventually established the Aztec Empire. But contact seemed to have been broken off between the Aztec era. Yeah, between before the Aztec era. The regions, the myths, and the Southeast Indian cultures gradually evolved under pressure from white settlers, disease, and war in many of their important religions. Figures became like Bear Rabbit, once a powerful trickster deity. The heroes only of the children fairy tales. The Cherokees myth bear like a stamp in a specifically Southeast Indian culture. It eviscerated the three tiers, universal hell, by five cores of the formation of lands and the earth-derived water beetle in its heart of the great Bazar, similar to an Anu myth. The proper proportion of the sun in the creation of the plants, animals, and people, uncertainty of origins, and the most understandable in a brutalized and resetting people cut off from their land and tradition, and eventually in the myth confused about the identity of the creator. But you have to understand the reason why this is written in this book, Primal Myths, because I'm telling you, myths were not myths. They were truths. I told you about the mound builder. This is my culture. I specifically sought it out in this book because I have read it before, of course, but I knew it was here simply because you have to talk about the absolute original Aboriginal people of all the cultures of the world. This book holds that, which I just read you from my culture. So understand me and understand me well. You can never, ever, outside of any way of being, not be Aboriginal if you ain't got this kind of skin. You just got to know where the hell you come from. Just like in Europe. I give you another book people think is bullshit. No, it actually exists. Yeah, had this for quite some time, but if you understand, I can read this to you all day about the Black Europeans, their fathers, the European fathers, Black pastry chef, uh, confet, uh, confectioner of the Domingos, the Ferenga, Florence, his talents. I mean, come on, man. They had the inventions in the absolute way of life and just the way of being from how, even in the way of the consortment of life, of how to orchestrate your life was built by people that gave you a civilization. And they be treated as if you're not understanding that their civilization was actually granted to you. You have such a disassociation with understanding, learning, and loving, and appreciating life, liberty, love, and in pursuit of understanding because you refuse to develop. You love lavish, but no work. You love stealing, no creation. Creating has nothing to do with taking. Creating is making what comes up in here and have the ability to make it come to life. That's the Willis Podcast and this show tonight. I appreciate y'all. Love you Saturday. Of course, I'll be putting more shows out. I'll be playing some of my old shows to make you understand how much I appreciate you and how much we have to build together. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to understand, and it's a lot to encompass. That's the show tonight. This is Willis Podcast. And understand this and understand me well. I appreciate you so that you know that the will is yours. Be cool, be vibrant, and always be in a position to learn. Be grateful for the ability to do so. I salute you. Godspeed. Be easy. And peace.